Hello and welcome back to the channel. I am Rick Cutler and we are here at Craig's Honda and we have the Transalp. We're going to have a look around it now. Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm Rick Cutler. I get my glove on. I'm leaving my zips open a little bit because it's warm. Look at it, it's beautiful out. I'm talking about beautiful. We have the Transalp. We're going to take it for a little test ride. Whoop, whoop. Let's do this. Got Team Triumph over there. And Honda right here. Okay, so I picked up this Transalp from Craig's Honda, right over there. It's a lovely looking bike. I love the paintwork on it. I love this sort of satin black. I think they call it Ballistic black, if I remember rightly. I think it was Ballistic black they called it. Let's go. So, they resurfaced this bit, so I'm going to take nice and steady because it's like riding on pebbles. So already a few observations. I'm in standard mode and it feels polite being a sort of really good way of describing it. It's well mannered so far. It's just feeling like it knows its place on the road. It feels quite nice. So I'm going to switch this up a little bit. I'm going to put it in sport mode in a sec. So obviously you can see I can flick on this mode switch here on the left hand side and it takes me through the settings to get it into sport mode. So in amongst the sort of standard settings like sport, rain, gravel, etc., it's got user mode so that you can set up your preferences to how you like the bike to ride, how much power you want it to have. So we've got the Metzeler Carrier Street tyres. Let's have a look, see what this thing's done. So we're on 22 miles this bike has done. So the tyres will still be pretty fresh. Well, how about this for a bit of scenery? Let's go this way and have a look at it. Woo. So I did a little forget to mention there that this thing has actually got a quick shifter fitted to it. So that is an option that you can have this fitted to the bike, and it gives you a little sort of nudge and a wink on the dashboard to say that it's got a quick shifter as well. What a beautiful day. 3 out on 2 wheels. already I can tell it's really nice and light. Right, we're going to go on to here. Try not to get it too dirty. So I've still left it in sport mode. I've not switched over to gravel, but it's alright. Bike's alright. Tyres are finding it alright. No issues. Get to the top of the brow and see how it looks. Tell you what, let's switch it down into rain gravel. There you go. So it's halved the power. Full engine braking, and traction control. And the ABS is now set to off-road. But what a magnificent view. And a nice little trial for the bike. Gravel mode has made this really easy to just sort of relax. Bike's doing everything for you. Not too concerned, not too worried. In second gear, coming downhill on a gravel track. On nearest down with brand new tyres, and it's just gripping and going steady. Now the interesting thing now as I go downhill is it's got engine braking on full, so as I roll off the throttle in second gear, the bike's just letting the engine do the work to get me down this hill. I can put a little bit of throttle now as it evens out. And that's mitigated by the fact that it's only working at half power. There's a little bit too slow for a second, I think there, in second. Let's put it back into, so it's user, sport. And that engine is lovely. So the thing's got 90 horsepower, but it, and what, 55 torques? It uses it well because it is a much lighter bike than the Africa Twin that I'm used to with the same power. Well, this has just been a nice little leisurely jaunt to just put a couple of miles on this, see how it feels. It's nice. It's impressive. I just wanted to get a sort of view around the bike, see how it looks. I think it's a handsome devil. So I've clipped a microphone onto the back end of the bike, so hopefully we get a nice sound from the exhaust. I must confess, I am rather impressed with the bike. Nice and flickable. Yeah, I'll turn around at the top and bring it back. We'll go back the way we came. So, not quite, because I went off-road. Let's take it through that turn. And through here, so I'm going to roll off, quick shift down into second. Roll round this corner, flick it over, flick it, flick it, and it does. It likes to roll around. Bit of a clunk there on the quick shifter, but I think that was more, I was just letting off on the throttle, so I should have just gone straight for the clutch really. Blame the rider. I don't mind. I will happily take criticism in the comments section below. A little bit of a tickly chin today. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's just the way I've clipped the microphone on. I might have accidentally clipped it too near my chin and it's a bit tickly. And the ride is smooth and comfortable. I mean, that's a sort of added little bonus to this, is the fact that it's a sort of happy medium. It's not too firm, it's not too... It's very Goldilocks, very right in the middle. Sorry, for some reason, whatever I just said, switched on my comms unit. I wanted to put on the radio. Not as much as I appreciate the music, but let's just focus on what we're doing. So it's quite a handsome devil, I must admit. It took a while for me to grow to like the look of it. And part of me wanted it to have the Africa Twin style headlights and make it a baby Africa Twin. But then I looked back at the old Transalps and how they used to look and how the Africa Twins used to look, and I can understand now why the Africa Twin now looks like it does, based on a bit of history, a bit of sort of family lineage. Come on, you can say it, it's okay. There we go, this is nice. What a nice little bit of road to test this out on. So it's got history. The Africa Twin headlights got history. The Transalp headlights got history. So it makes sense for it to look like that. I didn't want it to be a step up from the NC500X. I wanted it to be a baby Africa Twin, in my opinion. And I think they've nailed it. I think the amount of power that it's got, the fact that it's lighter, I think they've hit nail on the head. I think they've done it proud. And the old Transalps were a thing that people enjoyed and appreciated. And I think this will be too. I think this will sell well. I think it's done the XL family name proud. For the heart back to the old XLs. And I want this to work. I want this to sell well. I think it will sell well. I think it will just fit into that market below the Africa Twin, where the Africa Twin might be a bit too heavy or a bit too big or a bit overbearing. Whereas this, I mean, look at this. It just looks smart as out. Nice little blackbird. It's got the little purr, the little baby growl compared to the Africa Twins baby growl. Slightly bigger growl is the Africa Twins growl. But it's ace. I'm comfortable, my riding position's upright, the screen's doing its job and keeping a bit of the wind off me, just where it needs it, just off the torso. I don't mind it hitting my head too much. I mean, I'm 6 foot, so that gives you a bit of context to that. But it's a nice looking, handsome bike, and I think you could load this up and do some serious miles on this. Now some bikes nowadays, they're starting to come up with this electric suspension to make it adjustable. I mean, this is, you might be able to fiddle with this, but it's not too harsh, not too soft. Like I say, a bit Goldilocks, right in the middle, where it needs to be for where this bike is going to go. And you don't want it too hard, even though you're going to go on the road non-stop. But just like I did today, a little bit of a gravel track, and it actually comes alive. It's not too soft, not too hard, very Goldilocks, right in the middle, where it needs to be, just how you want it. What you wouldn't want is, like I say, too hard, too soft. I like the fact that it does have the switchable controls for power though, and your traction control, engine braking. These are becoming more common than what they used to be, but it's so handy, especially when you just take that step off onto a gravel track and just go, do you know what, maybe this isn't the best idea for the settings. How about I just manipulate it a little bit? And I think that's a sort of good happy medium to... Okay, let's go. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, no, foot down. Try to let it roll. I've not stood up on it yet either. And that's another telling point. Let's see. Let's get down here. Oh yeah, that's better. So 6 foot, I've got a little bit of a monkey complex. So I can stand up on the bars a little bit. Sometimes I feel like I need a riser on some bikes. On this one, not so much. But it lets me balance the bike, so where I had to put my foot down before, I can keep this thing upright. Bit of a bend in the knees, not too much of a stretch. There we go. Hey, second gear. And it is just rather nice. I should have stood up when I was on the gravel track and I didn't really think. Then we had other things going on. Let's go back down to gravel. Gravel for this little section here. And we're going to indicate left and we're going to turn into Honda. And bend it in. Take it up. Put it right back where I found it. Okay, let's drop it back into standard, into neutral, little forward, there we go, that'll do, and kill it before the engine gets too hot. Last little walk around of it. Final thoughts. I can do this with my visor open at least. Give me some fresh air. Let me breathe, let me breathe. I think this thing is gonna be just the jack of all trades. It's gonna do everything really well. Just nice and simple, straightforward. It'll do exactly what it says on the tin. It's gonna do you real proud if you want to go off doing a bit of touring like we've done today. We've hit, let's say, look at this resurfacing. Terrific. And so I dropped it back onto the gravel. But I really like it. I think it's a smart, handsome, proper bit of kit. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think? I'll say a thank you to Jack at Craig's Honda for sorting me out with this. And it's been a fantastic day for it, hasn't it? What a lovely day.